This is a preliminary examination of Houdini's takes and how to implement them. If you consider live-action filmmaking, a director may shoot many takes of a given scene. He may wish to modify certain performances. He may be unhappy with a given performance, or perhaps he's experimenting with the scene to see the variations that he may be able to extract from it and choose from one of those. In the case of Houdini, we can do something similar. With a take, we can isolate given data, given objects, lighting, and experiment or establish a given look in a take and then move to a different take to try other variations on a given setting. What I'm doing here is starting very simply. I brought in a ground plane, a grid, and I brought in a box. The only thing I'm going to do is show one aspect or one component of what a take can do. Up here on the top right hand side, you'll see auto takes. We won't be using that in this example. Here we have to the right of it main, and under this menu we can create takes, and there's one established already. If I go down here to my network view in the bottom right hand side, I can add a tab and then change this to what's called a take list by using the right mouse button to get to the menu. The take list will show me all the takes that are currently established in this session. I can add new takes if I wish. And the takes are listed here, and over on this side, the parameters that I wish to isolate within a take will show up here. Now if you look at the top, and I'm going to go back to the object level for the moment, or the object tab, I have the box object highlighted, and the parameters for that particular box are visible here. Now if I go to the take list, I am at the main level. It's indicated up here, and it's also indicated in here. If I select the take, all the parameters for that given object are blanked out right at the moment. So I can go to all these different folders, and none of these are valid right at the moment. What this means is that if I want a translate, in this case, to be valid in this take and usable, I need to actually bring it in or establish it to this take. So I can right click on this parameter, the translate in this case, and say include it in the take. I can also left click and drag it here. Now what this means is that the translates are valid only in this take, meaning I only have translates in this level or in this take. Now what I'm going to do is put a simple sign expression in here just so I can quickly get some animation. And at this take, and you'll see that it's reflected up here as well on the top right hand side, if I run this animation, I get what I'm expecting from this sine wave. However, if I change back to the main level, the default level, that animation is not there. So I can isolate a given parameter, set up the conditions for that parameter, and see what it does in isolation without interfering with my main level. Here I could do the same thing. I could have the same sign expression, but perhaps I want to go faster. So I establish a test here going faster, but in my take I change the parameter. We'll carry on with a more elaborate example in the next lesson. Thanks. Hello. This is a second example of how to take advantage of Houdini's takes. In this case, what we're going to do is use it in combination with a render output node at the object level and establish a fairly straightforward way of rendering individual layers. So in this case, I'm going to quickly set up a small scenario with a couple of simple pieces of geometry that will allow me to establish a scenario for rendering a ground plane individually, a box, a tube, and then a shadow pass as well. As I'm working away at this, I'm taking advantage of the control key to quickly